We're here at Blank Park Zoo in our hog barn to look at what goes into taking care of not only the adult Red River hogs, but a family of piglets as well. So our adult female, her name is Truffle, and our adult male is Shallot. And kind of following suit with those names, we have our three piglets, Chive, Basil, and Blossom, and they're just a bundle of energy. So most of the behaviors that we train here are to assist with their own care. So it takes the stress out of anything that we need to do with them. The more we can do with them voluntarily, the better it is for them. So we put a lot of time and effort into making sure that they're comfortable with targeting before we move into other behaviors. Our targets, it's the most basic behavior that we teach. It's usually the first one that we try to teach. It just allows them to develop those skills, and then we can use that to transition into other behaviors. We'll usually start with just building the association with us and food, and then after they make that association, then you can move into presenting the target, and if they touch it, you bridge and reward them again, and then eventually they associate the two, and then that becomes an established behavior. So a lot of our piglets right now are just learning to target and even to line up. So line up behaviors, we just try to get them to present a side close to the enclosure, and that allows us in the future to work towards voluntary blood draws. We've even done voluntary radiographs and ultrasounds. So it really comes in handy for their ongoing care and to reduce any stress that those procedures could put on them. So the earlier we can get them started training, the better. Young minds are very elastic, are able to learn quicker. So it's good to start them young, and then they're already ready to go as they develop more. You know, it's less stress, and then they can continue to accelerate their learning as they grow older. With our adult male, I've been working on an up behavior, so I've built a little step that trained him to step up on with his front, and that lets us look at his belly so that we can address any issues that we can see. Because they are so low to the ground, you can't really see their bottom side very well. So it gives us a new vantage point that if the vets ever needed to access that area, it'd be easier that way. So this is the step that I made for Shallot and the other pigs if they decide to do this behavior. So a lot of the stuff that we use here, keepers tend to make themselves. So I've got some PVC that lets me clip this onto the bars out on our porch, and then it provides a step for his feet, and then his head is about this level, so I can reward him at this level, and then that still presents his belly so that we can see anything on the underside of him. So you'll see that a lot with zookeepers. We make a lot of our own stuff. So for us, keeper safety, you can see we have these pulley systems set up. So this allows us to open and control any of the doors on their inside holding and access to the outside yard without us actually having to go in with the animals. Where safety is always the first on our mind, so our safety and the animals. And any animal can be dangerous, so we always stay protected contact with these guys. So this allows us to do that, and we can do everything we need to do from right here. Separate them for food in the morning, get them over for weights, everything. So it's really handy. For their inside holding, we try to, obviously we add substrate, so that's better on their hooves, allows them a softer walking place. And then we also add items like logs and rocks and stuff as enrichment items. As you've seen in other videos, they root a lot. They like to push stuff around with their nose. So this allows them to continue those behaviors even when they're not able to access outside. So you'll see them in here pushing these logs all over the place, and sometimes we'll even scatter their food amongst there to make them work for it more. So this is called a creep. Like most pigs, they're highly food motivated. So we wanted to have, you have to have a space for the piglets to be able to access their food and water without having to compete for mom and dad for the same food. So this allows our piglets, they're small enough they can slip through these bars, access their food and water in the back here, and mom and dad can't access it, and that way they've got their part of the diet and mom and dad get theirs separately.